Hey everyone, welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. Or should I say, Two Nerds in a Road Trip? Well, not for me,
Woo!
but a road trip to
I
have
have a
the
road
Two
trip.
Nerds complete. Jamie came and visited me this weekend at my apartment in the hottest place on planet Earth,
Yeah, it truly is
Arizona.
an oven.
Yeah, and the weather this week is like every day it's over 110.
That's insane. And this is just the beginning of your
Yeah, it's
summer.
not
Like,
even
you
like the
guys
hot
get into like
months yet.
120 on the regular, and I'm just like, oh no, I can't. No. No.
Yeah. That's why we have a river here, cuz I'm convinced if there was no river, there would be no reason for people to come and move here and live here, because why would you want
No.
to?
Unless you really, really wanted to be like left alone. And you're like, nobody
Yeah.
will visit me here.
Or you're a lizard.
Yeah, which I mean, like, I'm a lizard, but I also don't want to be like a fried lizard. You know? Like, I mean, like, I don't know how anything survives out there without just like burning up.
Yeah. You definitely can't leave your wallet in the car.
With
I
your
learned that
plastic credit cards.
I learned that the hard way. Everything will warp and
I
melt.
wonder, I have a metal credit card. I wonder if like that would be able to like survive the Arizona heat.
Probably. You just probably couldn't touch it right
Oh,
if you
yeah.
left
It
it
would
in the
be,
car.
yeah. So, like, every time I go to Casey's, because she's in, I'm still going to say a new apartment. You've been in there for 6 months now? Six
I
ish?
moved in February.
Yeah. So, almost 6 months. But I was spray painting some stuff, and I was like, oh, I should probably take my bracelet and my ring off because I'm getting paint everywhere. So I put them on like the trunk of my car and then continued spray painting. And then when I was done, I went to pick them up. I had them off of my body for maybe 5 minutes, if that. And they were so hot. I was like, oh my God, if I had left that any longer, I'd burn myself. Like, I would
Yeah.
literally have burns. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, people burn themselves on their like seatbelt cover, like, or their
Mm,
seatbelts all the time just because like it's
absolutely.
hot.
Yeah. I burned myself on my mirror, my rearview mirror. I went to like
Really?
move it and it was hot. The mirror itself was really hot and I was like, "Ooh, I should not do that. It is way
Don't
too hot."
should not do that.
Nope. Absolutely not. But yeah, so it was kind of nice though because when I drove out after work on Friday. So I drove in the dark, which if you're driving to Arizona or Vegas in the summer, drive at night. Don't
Yeah.
drive during the day. Drive at night. It was the way to do it because I survived. When I left at the hottest part of the day because my mindset was that it would get cooler as I got home, which was true. I probably fried for about the first hour and a half because it was 114 in Bullhead. And then you scoot over to like Laughlin and Needles and it's like 110. And I was like, okay. And then it just kind of like slowly went down from there and just like continued to go down. When I got home, it was like 85.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like if you go like from here to Kingman, it like
Mm,
it's like a 15-degree difference.
yeah, but you're out of
So
like the
yeah,
valley, basically.
it's just like you burn alive where I live, and that's okay. I actually live. My apartment has a pool, which is fantastic.
It's amazing. It's a little pool. It's a little baby
Yeah,
pool.
but it gets the job done.
Yeah, it's the deep end. I thought I read it wrong at first. It's literally 5 feet deep. Is the deep end?
Yeah, it's not very deep. It's really small. I mean, my apartment complex is like not very big, anyways. Like, there's not a
No,
lot of people that live here. And I've
it's
never
like
seen anybody in that
maybe like
pool.
what fit like 50 apartments max.
Maybe if that. I don't even know if it's. I mean, yeah, probably like
It's
50.
probably about 50 because it's just 2 stories. But yeah, and Casey, like, I think the last time I came up, I was like, "Oh, do you go to the pool?" And she's like, "No," but like nobody does. And I'm like, "How could you live in a place as hot as Arizona and not go in the pool?"
To be fair, when you came up, it was like February or March.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, even now I've never seen anybody in it. And I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take that.
Yeah, you live like a mile, less than a mile from the river, like beach access to the river. So, like, I can understand people are probably like, we'll just go to the river. But to me, going to the river and going to the pool are like two different kinds of swimming experiences. Like,
Hmm.
going to the pool, you just come out smelling like chlorine, and that's fine. When you go to the river, you've got like mud and bugs and obnoxious people on boats and jet skis. So it just depends what kind of experience you want to have. I was actually surprised. We were in the pool, me, Jamie, and Kacie in the pool for like at least 2 hours the other day.
Hmm.
And like we did not see a single soul except for the lady letting her dogs go potty. That was
Yeah.
it. But nobody joined us, which was really nice. So it was like having a private pool.
So hopefully it'll be like that all summer, and then I could just have it to myself.
Exactly. I mean, you pay
Yeah.
for it. You pay rent. Your rent goes
Yeah.
towards that. You
That's my
might as well use it.
amenity.
Yeah. Your single anonymity.
Yeah.
I mean, you technically have a laundry room, but you have to pay, like,
Yeah, and I have to
to
go and
use
like
it
leave the comfort of my home and do my laundry and then go
and
back and
sit in
then
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody with my laundry, so I am one of those people that I do sit in the laundry room while I do my laundry
I think if I
because
lived in like a
I.
bigger place, I would, but I've never had any issues here, at least so far, knock on wood.
That's true.
Um, but like everybody in my place is like pretty chill, which is
Yeah.
nice.
So the pool, 100% worth it for sure.
Yeah, that's
And then we
worth it
went to the
alone.
river. Went to the river. Kacie and I did on Sunday morning. It was already 110 by the time by the time we went outside. But I was telling Kacie, I don't think I've ever been in a river. I've been in lakes and ponds and the ocean and a lot of other bodies of water. I don't think I've ever been in a river. It's kind of like being in the ocean, like sand wise, except beach sand, like when it dries up, you just like brush it off. River mud doesn't do that.
No, it cakes onto everything.
Yeah, and then when
Does
you
like the
wash your feet
opposite.
off, it like rehydrates and it's just mud everywhere. Like, oh. But it was really nice. There was a lot of people getting baptized.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, and then I was like, maybe next time.
Yeah, Casey probably burst into flame. But maybe she needs that. Maybe you need to burst into flame.
Maybe.
And
Although
then you'll
that water
be
was
born
really cold,
again.
I don't think I could handle being underwater in that. They would because they like hold you under there.
Yeah, they like dunk you in several times as well. And you have to like most time you have to be like either waist deep or on your knees.
Yeah, and also that water is freezing. Okay, literally like bone chillingly cold.
Okay, I don't know if it was that cold. It does remind me of ocean water though. Like where it's cold. Like it's not there's no warmth to it anywhere. Whereas like when we went in the pool, it's basically heated because it sat out in 110-degree heat all day.
Yeah.
But it felt really nice because it was 110 outside. So I would just like dip your arms in and then stand up, and it would feel really nice.
And by the time you make it back to land, you're already dry.
Yeah, literally, by the time we made it back to the car, we were both pretty much dry, which is crazy.
Yeah, it feels like a blow dryer, like just blowing on you.
Yeah, yeah, the breeze, it does not feel nice in Arizona. It feels like a hair dryer, which is not very
Yes, it
fun.
does.
But yeah, we just kind of like hung out for the weekend. It wasn't for any. Originally, it was because my dad wanted to buy a pressure washer that they don't sell in California, so we're gonna have it shipped to Casey. But all the three places that we were looking at, none of them like would deliver it on time. So I just went for funsies because I had already asked if I could come.
Hmm. And
um,
yeah, I hung out with my
yeah.
cat,
Yes, the menace that is
my
Ghost,
son.
the cat.
Yes, he's bad.
Yeah, yeah. He took a really good whiff of my big toe for some reason.
Yeah, he's I mean, he is from the streets, so I can't really like
Yeah.
expect much from him. He's not like the top, like
Yeah.
he literally is built like a hot rod car.
Yeah.
Like
The back end is
he's
higher than the front
definitely,
end.
yeah, like there's definitely something wrong with him. He is from the streets. I can understand why nobody wanted him.
Yeah, and like when you look at him, he'll just be like staring, and you can tell he's trying so hard to have a thought. He doesn't know what the
Yeah.
thought is, but he's like, you could see the brain cell trying to like appear in his mind, and then it escapes, and then he goes crazy.
Yeah, especially if there's a hair tie, then there's like nothing up there.
Yeah, although he's like a dog. He likes to play fetch with the hair ties, which is all fine and dandy. Except like when I go, well, bring me the hair tie, and he like will come to me, but without the hair tie, and I'm like, no, no, I bring me the hair tie. And then if you throw the hair tie and he is not paying attention for like half a second, he continues to stare at you like, are you gonna throw the hair tie or no?
Yeah, he's always just like so confused.
Yeah, I'm like, my guy, it's literally right behind you. I don't know what to tell you. And then we were like chilling on the couch, and Casey has a Roomba that's plugged into the wall. She's never turned it on. And we were all sitting on the couch, and it just like it started going. Its little arms were coming out. It went in a straight line about, I don't know, 3 feet, did a circle, and then docked
And then
itself
it
back.
dog, yeah, it just went back home. It was like, we're done. I think it was shy.
Yeah, it was
Like
like, stop
it was like,
watching.
yeah, it was like, it like didn't know that there was that many people in my house, and it was like, oh, never mind.
It was so weird.
I've
Casey
never,
was
yeah, and
like,
like nobody like touched it. Like it's on, like my Roomba is on, but it's not like I don't like keep it to where
she
like,
doesn't have it like set up for anything. Has it
yeah,
turned
but
on
it's like,
since? Did it turn on today?
no, it's just been chilling. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe my cat fucked with it or something. I don't know, but he's never like messed with it before, so I don't know what the heck.
Yeah, Casey was like, "Did you turn it on?" And I was like, "No, why would I turn your Roomba on?"
Yeah, I don't know. It was very strange.
It was
It maybe cleaned like maybe swept up like one crumb in that
it
distance.
swept up a cat hair. And that was
Yeah,
it.
I'm like, wow, that was really good. Maybe next time we'll go for 4 feet instead.
Yeah, yeah. It was just so random. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't either.
Um,
So I never like keep it on, and then like Roombas are like not smart. Like they're real dumb, and they be
no.
like getting stuck in
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and then they're like, I'm falling off a cliff, and they're just like
It's like
stuck
you're
in the
fine.
door jam. Like, it's fine. I feel like Casey's gonna have, like, once her Roomba like has a routine, eventually it will make a break for it and probably either shoot out the front door or shoot off the back porch
I
to its
love when
death.
Roombas escape. Actually, my Roomba would probably be fine, only because I can't keep my door open that long.
That's
Otherwise,
fair, because
my
ghosts will
cat,
escape.
yeah, he will escape. He has tried several times. I'm like, you are so spoiled here. Why do you want to go back to the streets?
Because he's smothered. He gets
I
smothered
love,
every day.
well, listen, he's got to pay rent somehow.
And he doesn't want to, so he wants to leave.
That's tough because you know what, buddy? Life is tough and you have to pay rent. I have to pay rent. You have to pay rent.
He's like, I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. I have to clean his shit up. So I feel like that's enough gratitude giving him 1,000 kisses a day. Only 1,000. Yeah, he's also very like he likes to he doesn't really, well, he's from the street, so again he has no manners, so he just like
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care about personal space. Like if you're sitting on the
Mm-mm.
couch, he's like, I'm gonna sit next to you, on you, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
touch you, I'm gonna walk over you.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
very he's a very good boy.
He is a good boy. He's just a menace sometimes.
Yeah, he's just a little
But
dumb.
that's fine. But yeah, and we also watched Wicked, the movie,
Yes, we did.
part one.
Part one. So wait, it wouldn't. Okay, I have a question. So isn't part two? Is part two not just the Wizard of Oz?
No, so part one is literally act one of the play, and then part two is act two of the play.
I guess I
So
don't
that's
remember
why
Act Two.
act two is like, I feel like act one is where the like iconicness that everybody
Yeah.
knows. Whereas, like, I actually really liked Act Two because that's how we find out how, like, we get from the first act of Wicked to the Wizard of Oz. It's that weird, like, in between time.
Oh.
So we find out how the Scarecrow becomes the Scarecrow, how, you know, Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man, how they all, you
Oh, right,
know,
right, right,
get
right, right, right,
together.
right, right. Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
then, like, why Alphaba, like, melts and all of that, you know. So it's like a lot of like important information. It just, I feel like, doesn't have, it's not all glitz and glamour like Act 1 is. Act 1 is very much
Yeah.
about them, you know, going from enemies to friends situation. Whereas like the next one I'm actually really excited to see because it's the more tragic part of the
Mm-hmm.
play. Um, Especially like for Glinda, I feel like we get a lot more of her deep emotion in part two because she's trying, like, she's all of a sudden become the poster child for being good and for, like, she's getting quote unquote everything she wanted, except it's not what she wants anymore necessarily. And she gets a lot of like in the beginning when they're singing No One Mourns the Wicked,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically that era of her life is what Act Two is. So I thought the movie was good. I
I thought it
think
was.
the
Oh,
cast.
I just hit my elbow on my glass
Oh
desk.
my
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh, yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay. I think I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, I thought it was good. I did not expect it to be damn near 3 hours long.
Yeah, yeah, which is
I was like,
crazy
okay, this movie
because
is very long. Um, I mean, I've seen like Wicked. I like the play. I like the movie. I thought it was good. I didn't have really any complaints except for that it was really long, and I don't have that big. I don't have that much of an attention span.
yeah, I want to see Act One of Wicked. Yeah, they almost like added an additional hour
Holy
to.
guacamole!
Yeah, which is weird because like when we were watching it, it didn't really feel like they added a
No,
ton.
it didn't. No.
I think they probably added more of like the whole animals discrimination situation that
Hmm.
happens. But like everything else kind of seemed like the play. I just saw the play with my mom back in December. I think it was December. So it was kind of weird because it didn't feel like I know, like when it first came out, people were like, "Oh yeah, they put a lot of fluff in it and stuff." I didn't feel that way. It was definitely long. Like there's definitely longer like story in between each of the songs,
Hmm.
but like I didn't think it was in a bad way. It still takes me by surprise that we start this whole shebang with No One Mourns the Wicked and they're just like they're just like ripping up Alphaba, and I'm like, that's crazy that we're starting a musical with this song out of all things.
Hmm.
um but yeah, I thought their cast was very good. The betrayal so far in a lot of what characters do is still devastating. The costuming department, 10 out of 10. Everybody
Wonderful.
had fun.
So good.
Everybody had funky glasses, which was amazing. Everybody had like cool costumes. The only thing I think that kind of bothered me, and that it's just a me thing, is most of the students had like a weird like half pants, half skirt situation happening. And like to me, that would be really annoying to wear.
Yeah. Probably.
Like I'd be like, could I not, please? Um, but yeah, so I am excited to see part two. Again, infinitely more tragic. So
And it comes
I
out
think
this
this is.
year.
I think so. So like I feel like part two is where we get to really see the actors like truly act because there's a lot more like conversation in part two.
Hmm.
Let me see. Wicked part two. Yep. It comes out on my mom's birthday, November 21st.
What?
Yeah. So
Did
that'll be
the first one just
exciting.
come out last year?
Yeah, they had them set up
Damn.
for back to back years. They just
They
shot it all
rolling.
at once.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Although if it were me, I feel like you would like theoretically I would have done like so it I think Wicked came out Christmas if I remember correctly. Maybe it was November. I feel like it came out the same weekend as Gladiator,
It did,
possibly.
I think.
Um so I would have like released that and then like cuz theaters normally keep a movie for like 2 months max, right? So you keep it for 2 months and then let it go to streaming for like a month and then release part 2.
Hmm.
Because I feel like I feel to me I feel like a year is a long time, but I'm also not the one doing the accounting for the studios and for this movie, so maybe for like box office money wise it makes sense. But then I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do this, but I feel like they should do like a double feature situation
Yeah,
where
that
you
would be
can see
cool.
part 1 and part 2 in theaters and then
That'd
obviously
be
have
a long movie. Oh my
yeah,
god.
but
I
like
don't know if I could sit
listen,
through that.
maybe you can't, but
I could
Christine
not
and
know.
I did a Lord of the Rings marathon
Oh
in
hell no.
theater when the first Hobbit came out. So we sat through all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies, which are I think they did the theatrical cut, which is about 2 hours and some change per movie. And then we watched The Hobbit, which was an additional 2 hours. So we were at the theater a long, long time. But it was great. They had games. We won some prizes. And it was a fabulous experience. So I feel like for like Wicked fans out there, especially those who either don't have a touring play that is playing near them or can't afford to go to the theater, it'd be like a great like still way to experience everybody being excited for the musical. But that's just me. Um, but yeah, I thought it was good. I don't know why everybody was whining about it for a while. I didn't really see anything wrong with it. I've never read the book though, and I literally just saw the play for the first time in December. So my word means nothing, but I'm just saying like if you're a casual fan, it's good. It's a nice the music from Wicked is really good, so I'd
Yeah, the
watch it at
music
least
is
for
really
that.
good. And honestly, I do really like the way that they like because obviously Ariana Grande has like a great voice.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but like that they put their own twist on the songs, like
Yes.
kind
And
of
I
their own
like that they
style.
cast like musical theater people as well, like to
Yeah.
play the main characters. Like everybody that is a main character in this movie has a musical theater background, which definitely you can tell and definitely helps. But
Hmm.
yeah, and again, style choices, both music wise, costume wise, for each character, always stunning. Um, the only thing I
It's good.
wish, yeah, the only thing, my only qualm, and it's a small one, is I wish they would have made the colors more vibrant. I feel like this is a lot of movies nowadays. They kind of like wash out the colors. And I'm like, Oz
Hmm.
is supposed to be like this very, like, basically assault of color on your eyes. So I feel like they could like bump up the vibrancy of this movie and it would be 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. I think, well, especially because, like, I mean, yeah, it definitely had like a lot of like muted tones.
Yeah. Like I feel like Glinda is like very like she has some pastel pink, but I feel like bubblegum pink is like her color. And I feel like the muted pink really washes Ariana Grande out. She's
Yeah, it really
already very
does.
pale, especially with they went with the blonde brows and the blonde hair for her. So she's already looking a little stickly. So when you add pale colors with that, I'm like, I feel like we could have added a bit more color for her, especially because Ariana Grande owns a makeup company.
Yeah,
Like,
the like blonde on blonde, like the blonde eyebrows and the like muted pink. I'm like, it's definitely a choice. Not my first
not the right
choice.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, even for Alphaba, like, obviously she's green, but, like, even, like, she had, like, her lips and stuff, even though she technically, quote unquote, didn't really wear makeup, like, not as glamorous as Glinda's. But you could definitely tell she still had a defined lip, she still had defined lashes, defined eyebrows. And I feel like they were like, oh, we'll just go the opposite for Ariana. And I was like, I think you should have given just a little a contrast, especially with her
Yeah.
brows.
Yeah,
Because
give her some fucking eyebrows.
yeah, they do disappear into her face quite often. And she looks really strange
Yeah.
sometimes. I'm like, ugh. But other than that, it was a great movie. And it
Yeah,
was very long.
I'll see the second one.
Yeah. Am I going to see it in theaters? No. But will I watch it when Peacock eventually has it? Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. Hopefully it's not almost 3 hours long.
Yeah. I feel like Act 2 in the play is shorter, anyways.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But I also feel like Act 2 is where they can really dig into like a lot of emotional
That's where
stuff.
they can
So
add
it,
fluff.
yeah. And I feel like that's where they will add stuff, is especially like when it comes to Fiero in particular, because we've got like a kind of love triangle situation happening. So I feel like they could like expand on that, especially when it comes to like his and Glinda's like social status and where they're at for like representing Oz and all of that mumbo jumbo. So I don't know. They have a lot more, I feel like, wiggle room in part two than they did in part one.
Hmm.
And they expanded a lot in part one. So I'm like,
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. Granny is tired.
I know it's 8:30. It's past my bedtime.
Oh no.
I know. It's rough.
Yeah. Yeah. Um I can't think of Casey started the One Piece.
I did start the One Piece. I'm not very far in. I'm gonna use it as my background show also.
Yeah.
Um, because listen, ever since I laid eyes on Zorro at Universal Fan Fest night, I have not been the same.
Zoro changes you as a person.
And Sanji. I like Sanji.
Ah,
From my experience at Universal, I'm like, should I watch this?
yes. Yes, you should. Especially cuz like at FanFest it is the early stages of all the characters, so like that is literally what you're going to be watching is them
Mm. Mm-hmm.
as they were at FanFest. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it honestly One Piece is a really good, like, I know there's going to be people who say you should only watch it in sub and not dub and blah blah blah
I didn't
until
have the
they
time for that.
yeah, literally to lock in to 1500 episodes of a show is insane.
You have to be either unemployed or I mean, yeah, unemployed pretty much. Like how
Unemployed.
would you like there's just no way you can do that.
No, no. Or you have to be like that One Piece baby where he's been watching it every day since he's
Oh, yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
born.
Yeah.
Um, but he also doesn't know how to speak, so like I don't know what to tell you. But
Also,
it's
yeah, is he
honestly
gonna be like
the
confused when he like gets like a little bit older? Like, because like by the time he understands it, he's gonna be like 200 episodes in or something. Probably more than that. If he's watching an episode a
yeah,
day,
yeah. And
it's
he's
gonna
like
take him.
3. So like he's like
What?
further than I am.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So like I don't know story-wise if like but also can you imagine like being that One Piece baby and then like finishing, quote unquote finishing like One Piece, except it'll never be over. So like he'll still be watching it, but can you imagine being like him literally sitting down and being like I should probably watch the beginning because I was literally a baby when I watched
Yeah,
the
but then you could tell
beginning.
your
And I
friends
don't
like I've literally been watching this show since I was born,
yeah,
and then it wouldn't be lying.
no. But it is honestly it I think the dub is actually pretty good. Um
I haven't had a problem with it so far. I mean, I'm not like a huge. Obviously, I don't like dub, but
yeah.
I think because it's such an old
Yeah.
cartoon and like anime, like I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like the voice actors nowadays. Is my problem.
Yeah.
Um,
Cuz everybody sounds the
cute,
same.
cute, cute,
Sneezing intermission.
cute. Okay. Um, I think that also might be because like the like I watched like I watched some of like Dragon Ball in dub,
Uh-huh.
and that's also like a 90s anime.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
like I don't know, maybe it's just I don't know. I didn't really think it was that bad. Again, like maybe it's just cuz like I don't like a lot of the like voice actors, the English voice
Mhm.
actors nowadays. And I'm such a anime snob that I can only watch it in sub.
Yeah, I would definitely give at least a few episodes a listen in sub though because both well, first of all, the lady who does Luffy's voice is hilarious. But I think the reason I love Sanji and Zoro so much is because of their original voice actors. Ugh,
Okay, I'll
10
have
out
to
of 10.
definitely listen because
Chef kiss.
I I am a lover of Japanese voice actors. I get a
Mhm.
little it's a special interest of mine, okay? If I find out you voice more than one character, anytime I'm around anybody, I'm like, "Did you know that that guy also voices that guy and that guy and
Mhm.
that guy?" I'm the most annoying person to watch anime with, but anyways, um like Gojo's voice actor. Oh
Mhm.
my god, he has the voice of an angel first of all, and then like his voice is so recognizable that anytime I hear him and everything, I'm like Gojo, what are you doing here, Gojo? Get out of here! Like he voices a character in Haikyuu, and every time I'm like, what is Gojo doing here?
Like Gojo, you're not supposed to be here.
You silly goose. But also that means like if any anime has that voice actor, I'm automatically in. I'm like, I'll watch it. I'll give
Yeah,
it a shot.
you're like yeah, I will sit down for this one.
Yeah. I also, speaking of starting stuff, I started streaming. Woo! Um,
What's your Twitch handle?
it is Kacie with 3 E's, Lynn, LYNXO. Jamie will add it somewhere in the thing.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description. You guys will be able to find it. If you can't find it, then you can go to my Twitch, which is Jamie Throws Confetti, like everywhere else, and she'll be under my list of people that I follow as well. But you can always find everything linked on our Instagram Linktree situation.
But
But
it was
yes,
fun. I had a lot of fun. I had 6 viewers was my max viewers yesterday.
wow. Yeah,
And
I posted it in the Discord.
oh, did you?
I
Thanks.
did, yeah. I know Brooke tuned
Um
in, I was there, and other Jamie was there. I don't know about the other people. I'm imagining Wyatt was probably one, because he'll normally throw whoever's streaming, he'll throw them on in the background.
Yeah, Wyatt was there. but I streamed The Sims, which was fun. I definitely have to get some expansion packs. I already added some to my wish list because I'm like, what the heck? The Sims, like, I haven't played The Sims in so long,
Yeah.
um, and they really don't give you a lot.
No, the base doesn't give you a whole lot. I would definitely look into some CC though, because some of the CC is really good.
What's
I
that?
follow this custom content.
Oh, 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 oh.
Uh, I follow this one girl on YouTube/Twitch. Her internet name is Kelsey Dangerous, but her actual name is Kelsey and Peach Gay. But she's like literally like she's made her career off of playing The Sims. So she has an amazing list on her Patreon for free. The list is free to look at of really good CC content.
Oh.
I've also found that Pinterest is a really good place to look at Sims custom content. Um, I normally just go for like actual like sim like makeup, hair. I will do occasionally some outfits, but I know sometimes like the CC can be kind of weird. Like if they're wearing a dress, when they sit down, it's just like a block of color. You can, like it doesn't like move like the other Sims clothing does. So it's a little wonky, but like it's really good for like especially makeup.
Hmm.
Cause like her Sims always look super good. Like I know she always like adds lashes and blush, and her Sims just look like that extra like step. And I'm like, yes, homegirl. So I download a lot of that stuff, but Pinterest is where it's at. And
I'll
a lot
check
of
it out.
times they'll link you to like Tumblr, so you can try searching Tumblr, but like I find like people have curated stuff on Pinterest
Yeah.
and then
Hmm.
just linked the Tumblr. So thank you to all of those people out there who create free custom content. Chef Kiss, you're the best. I hope your coffee order is right every time you order it.
And your pillow is always nice and cool when you lay your head down.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah,
so make sure to
so
check all of
yeah,
that
watch
out.
me stream and
Hmm.
then you can see my cat and me play The Sims.
Yes, and then you could admire the currently the two pictures that are hanging on her bedroom wall behind her. I've put them up for her. I not only actually I put them in the frames and I put them up. So check that
Yeah, I've
out.
only had those prints for like 2 years now, and I finally have somewhere to put them.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Slowly but surely, the apartment is
Slowly
coming
but
together.
surely, it'll be there. By the time my lease is up, it'll be done.
And you have to leave. They
It's
boot you
okay.
out.
They're like, get
You
the
gotta
heck
go.
out of here.
But I think that's all we have for you guys today.
A little
Casey, you
chit
have any?
chat.
Yeah, just nice little chit chat of our trip and things we've been doing. Let us know if you guys have been watching or starting anything new in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe wherever you're listening to. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials. Obviously, check out both Casey's and my Twitch and my YouTube channel. And we will see you guys in next week's episode. So, bye.
Goodbye.